Hello, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm doing a rambling of the first wave of the Kingdom lineup. I've done a video on the first wave of Siege, I've done a video on the first wave of Earthrise, so why not continue that with Kingdom? So Kingdoms decided to go a little different. Instead of Battle Masters and Micromasters, we have the Core class lineup, which kind of reintroduces the Legends class from the older lineup. So let's go ahead and start off with that, because it's the smallest wave. Starting off with Optimus Prime, this one introduced the fact that yes, we are doing a smaller wave, but we are also going to do smaller characters, much like some of the older Legends and Cyberverse and whatnot. And I thought he was pretty cool. You know, I wasn't super interested in it, but because I was getting the rest of the wave, I thought, might as well get Optimus Prime as well. And I gotta say, he's got me interested in the Megatron, Starscream, and the Soundwave. I definitely like the fact that he's got his Ion Blaster. I like the fact that they come with weapons, because the older Legends class figures, I'm sorry, I messed up on my words, some of them did not have actual weapons, but I'm glad that these ones do. They do have a mix of these 2mm and 5mm port system, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, because, okay, all the smaller figures can come with weapons and have their own system, but if they're all different, then some of the weapons don't fit in each other's hands, so it's kind of awkward. But otherwise, you know, his truck mode is fine, and I think his robot mode definitely looks pretty good. Taking a look at Rat Trap. Now, it's a little unfortunate with Rat Trap. I noticed that the ball joint on the foot started to warp. So, yeah, definitely need to watch out for that. But otherwise, Rat Trap is pretty cool. He feels a bit too small, but, I mean, it's Rat Trap, so I guess that's fine. I do like the weapon. I love the silver chrome on the head. There's something a little off about the face, but I think they did a pretty fair job. I even like his rat mode. Anyways, moving right along, we also have Vertebrake, which is kind of the fossilizer that's a Legends scaled figure, but is not the typical fossilizer. So, in this lineup, you know, we have the modulators, we had the weaponizers previously, but now we have fossilizers, and you could break them apart and form weapons and stuff like that. That's not the case for Vertebrake. She's a bit too small. I mean, I guess you could take the tail weapon and use that. But I do like the head sculpt, I do like the design. It's kind of weird on the torso, but I kind of like that. So yeah, that is Vertebrake. Also bringing back that name that doesn't come up too often. Anyways, we also have the Deluxe class lineup. Now, of course, Kingdom is heavily influenced by Beast Wars, so you're going to have some iconic characters, including Black Arachnia, which I really do like. I mean, I absolutely love this figure. This was the first Kingdom figure that I bought, and I have no regrets on it. I think the Spider mode looks pretty good for the most part, but the robot mode definitely sells it for me. I especially love the head sculpt, and I love the fact that it looks like the iconic design from the cartoon, or the show, whatever you want to call it, if it even counts as a cartoon. Next up, we also have Cheetor, and I'm not a huge fan of the color scheme for this, but I think overall he's fine. I'm also not a big fan of the weapon. This tail whip thing, yeah, not really doing it for me, but otherwise, I think the leg transformation is pretty cool, and they do a pretty okay job with that. I definitely like the cheetah head and how you have to open the mouth and plug it in. I think that the transformation is fine, the head sculpt is pretty good. So yeah, that is Cheetor. Now, even though we have some Beast Wars influenced characters, we also have, again, the fossilizers. Now, this one is to introduce the actual gimmick itself, and Paleotrex is pretty cool. I especially love the face mask thing, which someone said, oh, you mistransformed it when you flipped it down. No, that's an option. You can do whatever you want with that. Anyways, the one thing I don't like is that little tail weapon that he comes with. Yes, you could plug it on the back, but I mean, it's just kind of an awkward little thing. It's like a stubby little tail. But otherwise, I think he's kind of fun. I like that he introduces that gimmick. Moving right along from him, we also have Warpath. So yes, they do continue some of the G1 characters mixed in with it. And I don't mind, because it gave us Warpath. And Warpath is one of my favorite Autobots to date. And he looks fantastic. He feels fantastic. He's a very solid figure. I'm still not sure about the transformation, but otherwise, I mean, he looks gorgeous. My God. totally underappreciated figure of the Wave. That's what I think. Anyways, moving right along, we also have the Voyager class lineup, because of course we do. And starting off with a pretty big character from Beast Wars, we've got Optimus Primal. Now, there are a couple of things that I don't like, the leg transformation and this gap on the chest, but otherwise, I mean, he is, again, a very solid figure. I love the look of the components on this. I love the furry texture of it on the arms and the shoulders. I love the head sculpt. I mean, they nailed the head sculpt. I love the amount of weapons. You know, he's got the shoulder cannon, or not shoulders, the arm cannons. He's got the swords. He's got the, well, those are shoulder cannons. And, yeah, I just think he's fantastic. Not sure why they did the Netflix version. It's not that much different, but, yeah, Optimus Primal. Again, really awesome. This is a recent one that I purchased. This is Cyclonus. And he's very nice. He kind of fits more in the Studio Series 86 line, but it's good that we got him, and Galvatron is kind of relevant with Kingdom anyway, so yeah, I think he's fine. I definitely like the sculpting on this. Transformation is a little bit weird. I do like how they incorporate the cockpit within the chest. It's just you have to open it up a certain way, otherwise you might break it. Also, I've noticed a stress mark in the joint of the shoulder here, and getting the knees to collapse is a little tricky. I don't know why, they're just really tough. But otherwise, I mean, look at this thing. He's gorgeous. He's also very tall, which I definitely appreciate, especially nowadays with figures shrinking down and then they get more expensive for some reason. Anyways, moving right along from that, we also have the leader class figures. So we've got Optimus Prime. Not going to say much about this because it's a repack of the Earthrise figure. Some people think, oh, that's lazy that they're going to repack the Optimus Prime. You know how many times they repack a figure for a certain way? You probably don't even realize that they do it, because they do it quite often. So, yeah, it's just a different series is repacking it, but it really doesn't matter because it's the War for Cybertron trilogy. So, yeah, just giving you the heads up, it's really nothing new. But it is kind of interesting to get a second chance of the Optimus Prime, because I never owned the Earthrise version, and you also have a series with Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime. You also have a tiny Optimus Prime, which definitely is out of scale with that. And last but not least is probably the king of the Predacons. This is Megatron, and oh my god, I absolutely love this thing. I hate transforming it, but I love how it looks. I mean, that is straight up Beast Wars Megatron. I love the Predacon symbol on the head. I love the color scheme. Although there's something a little off about the head. I don't know what it is, but yeah, just overall, I mean, he looks fantastic. He looks powerful. I love this thing. I love the fact that they did a Generations Megatron in the Beast Wars form. Oh, he looks amazing, especially when you put him next to Optimus Prime. I mean, yes, these two don't really meet up in the show, but, I don't know, there's something about truck versus dinosaur that I kind of like. So, with that out of the way, that is the entire wave of the Kingdom lineup. The first wave, I should say. And I gotta say, it's pretty cool. You get a mix of different things, you know, again, Beast Wars G1, you get some 1986 going on here, you get some fossilizers and whatnot, pretty much just showing you exactly what to expect from the Transformers Kingdom lineup. And I will say this, while I respect the G1 stuff, and I don't mind that, I kind of wish we put more focus in some Beast Wars characters. I know they're going to be spread out throughout the line. People are asking about certain characters, and I'm pretty sure eventually they'll be made if they're a first season character, because that seems to be the focus. But, I don't know, you got so much fossilizers, you've got so much Kingdom, or G1 and stuff like that. Like, there's potential repaints for some of these Beast Wars characters that they haven't really done. I mean, Shadow Panther is rumored, and T-Rex we already know, but how about a Pack Rat? How about an Ape Link, you know? How about something for Black Arachnia? I don't know. So, with that out of the way, that's just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Please comment below. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun dudettes, and I will see you guys next time.